So about 3.5 years ago, I am sat in the coffee shop across from my house with my friend Chris, and he's like, "What is it?" Because I'm all like giggly, and I say, "Do you want to see a picture of the hot girl I just asked out on a date?" And he's like, "Of course I do." And so I get my phone out and I open up Tinder, and then I'm about to show him, and I say, "Oh, she's left me a message." And so I go to read it, and then I just throw my phone down on the table, put my arms in the air, and he says, "What?" And I say, "She's pregnant." He says, "What?" And I say, "She's pregnant." He's like, "What are you talking about?" And so I pick up the message again, and we'd been emailing back and forth. And then I had said, "Do you want to go to this tea house? Because I find if I drink on first dates, then I just think everyone's great. And so I need to not be drunk." I've like gone on dates where for the first drink, I'm like, "Oh, this person's terrible." And then I've had the second one and I'm like, "They're amazing." And so I'd invited her to go to this tea house, and then she wrote back and said, "You should know, I was like 4.5 months pregnant with a sperm donor, and I've been looking for someone to talk to and kiss until, the baby's born, at which point presumably I'll stop dating for a while. But if that means that you don't want to meet, like maybe we might not even want to kiss, but if that means you don't want to meet, I totally understand." And I have my own like complicated child situations already with like a kid from a previous relationship and like other kids that are very strongly in my life. And so, yeah. And at first I was like, well, I can't do that. And then I went out for dinner with my best friend, and she's like, "She seems great. You've been having a hard time dating. Like, I don't think you should give up the opportunity for love." And so eventually I wrote back and said, "Well, okay." Congratulations. And also I have my own complicated modern family stuff. And so that's not a deal breaker, but the short-term thing is because I just had been doing, dating for a couple of years, and I just had decided, I just knocked a romance on the head actually with somebody else, because I was like, I'm done with short-term. Like, I'm done. I'm ready to look for, have to do short-term in order to get to long-term, but I'm kind of done with dating people where there's clearly never going to be a future. And so I wrote and said the pregnancy thing is not a deal breaker, but the short-term thing is. And then unbeknownst to me, she went for dinner with her best friend, who said, "You can't give the opportunity for her. She seems great." And so we went on a date, and 3.5 years later, that is the reason why I don't get to lie in bed and contemplate life, because a very small person wakes me up at 6 a.m.